All right, we're rolling, brother.
Yeah.
I got my co-host, Robert Beninati.
Hello.
Here we are. Thanks for checking out the Rich Solenza podcast. He changed the name to Mastering Self-Confidence and fucked everything up. Ever since he's done that, it seems like we're getting a lot more downloads, so I blame him.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. So what we want to get into today is life coaches, how we think, or I shouldn't say we. I think most of them are full of shit, the fake guru thing, and I even kind of went through that creating my program, having to make a webinar where it made people feel like if they didn't buy it immediately, that they weren't going to get a deal and all this stupid shit. I'm not saying funnels are stupid, but a lot of the ways I think people are marketing themselves now or pretending that if they don't get a sale immediately or if they don't follow what the person says, they're not going to basically help them, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Does that make sense?
Yeah, everyone has a secret that you need, and the program you need to buy, and the course you got to take, and it's just overwhelming.
We're watching one today, a little bit of a challenge one. We're not here to rip on everybody either, just so we're clear. But there always seems to be another thing going on to get people, I guess, energized and get eyes on them. And then at the end, a lot of times, it's kind of the same pitch.
I think the issue is, for life coach and business coaches, is that there is not a state license you need. There is not a... There are some courses that you take through schools and institutes, right,
sure,
to get certified. And those have a better base, right? But you don't need to be certified, licensed. You don't need to belong to a board, right? To be considered a life coach or a business coach.
Yeah.
Now, the issue here with me is I know a lot of good, and let's call them business coach, and then really what they are is mentors.
Yeah.
Right? That instead of them trying to reach out to me, as a mentoree, I'm finding someone that I want to mimic or learn from, right?
Sure.
And I'm going up to them and asking, hey, you mind? Can I ask you a question? How did you do this? How do you feel about this? I see that you have done this over the years, that you have experience, that you're successful, or you're doing okay. Because sometimes successful is not always, being on top.
Right.
But you have to go through a lot of failures and downfalls in order to sustain.
Gotcha.
Versus having somebody coming out to me and saying, I'm a coach and you need me, and this is the way, I got the secret, and all the different pitches out there that I'm tired of hearing. Yeah. And again, I'm not saying that every coach, every life coach, business coach is a
con artist. They're not.
No,
right.
They're
no,
not,
of course not.
But you need to do your homework. You definitely need to do your homework.
Yeah.
On who you want to be mentored by.
Yeah, they're performers. A lot of these guys are better at performing themselves or marketing themselves than actually helping you, I think a lot of times.
The issue is if you have a secret to get X amount of deals per month or whatever it is, why are you not doing it?
Yeah, of course.
That's my,
Yeah, I used to look at religious figures. I'd hate to say it, growing up. My mother working in the archdiocese, and this isn't a rip on people, but if it's a priest, the preacher, whoever, they're performing. Mm-hmm. First and foremost, they are performing. Does that mean they're bad? Not necessarily. But I think it kind of flowed into the internet where a lot of people are pitching that they are something they're not, or that they were successful at something that they're not. Or they're pitching what somebody else pitched them. I did it in a video, so they learned from somebody on how to pitch a bunch of bullshit about certain things they may have never even gone through or even understand, but now they're pitching them to somebody else, if that kind of makes sense.
Yeah,
it's almost like an actor performing and saying, I'm a mobster now because I was in Donnie Brasco. It's kind of false. You're not. You played one in a film, or you learned about it, but the reality is you don't know what that truly is. Does that kind of make sense?
Yeah.
I think for me, I can't speak for you. When I was, I always wanted to be like, I like Quentin Tarantino, Martin Scorsese. When I want to be a filmmaker, I wanted their life, right? I was thinking, man, that sounds like it fits what I want to be. And then after making a couple films, I said, I like making movies, but not necessarily any which way but the way I make them. So I don't give a fuck about how they make movies. I like their movies. But I realized about myself is what works for me is what's going to work for me. So then as time went on, and even watching, say, The Secret, or all these different types of coaches online, we don't have to name them. Every time I heard their pitch and they're kind of saying, it will give you this type of life, all these different types of things, I didn't relate to most of them because I knew most of what they were talking about was something I didn't necessarily want because I knew a lot of it was full of shit. It could be live in a mansion, have all these sports cars, live this certain lifestyle. And I was fortunate when I was younger to live a certain lifestyle. I know what that entails. For me, if you're somebody out there, don't think a lot of times like what they're pitching to you is, I guess you could say, the way to go about it all the time. You need to figure out specifically what works best for you. Does that kind of make sense, Robert?
Of course.
And I don't think a lot of people think that way.
Like I mentioned, you need to find the right mentor, the right coach that works for you, that has the same things in common maybe. And again, some people teach you things, and let's call them just teachers of life, right?
Yeah.
You can learn from that, not necessarily has to be certified or is a coach.
Right.
Right? And you can learn a lot from. And some of these new coaches come along, they do echo a lot from other people.
Yeah.
And they have the right intention, right? To help. And the right strategies. And I'm not saying you can't learn from them.
Of course not.
Yeah.
For sure.
You can grow because we all need a push once in a while.
Of course.
We all need a little bit of accountability.
Yeah.
And that's what they tend to offer, right?
Sure.
I'm just saying, do your homework when you're out there looking for, a good mentor or coach.
Yeah, I think a lot of mentor and coaching, and I told Robert this earlier, a lot of it is business driven, or I'm kind of the flip of that.
That's the one I'm more concerned of. Like I said,
right?
They come into into the real estate business. That's what I'm in. And like I said, do you need 100 more leads, dude? If you could find 100 more leads a week, why are you doing this and not following up on those 100 leads, right? Now, if it's a combination of, listen, I'm a real estate office broker, whatever, and I'm getting 100 leads, and come work with me, and I'll teach you how to do the same, but you could see it that he's doing it, then I'm okay with that. But
it's kind of the professor too that's teaching in universities that isn't actually doing it, right? Just saying, like, you can teach about stocks or whatever,
and they never bought a stock or sold a stock.
Right, but they're getting paid a lot of money to teach something.
It's all theory, right?
Right, a lot of it is.
Yeah, that's where I'm a little more, concerned.
Yeah, you know what? I'm going to tell anybody this. If you're watching these guru dudes, and a lot of them are pitching in a Bentley, mansions again, and all this shit, you can have an incredible life eliminating most of that bullshit. If you want to live near the ocean, I'm just saying, you can find a place near the ocean. Don't think you have to buy a mansion in the ocean. I go through this with a lot of my friends, even, let's just say in Chicago. They live in nice communities, and then when they want to move to Florida, all of a sudden they have to live in a certain area, live a certain lifestyle, right? You don't have to always think that way. You can live really an unbelievable life just by kind of figuring out what you want and truly minimizing it. It's not about maximizing it. Everything is about maxing out. You want to make $1 million a year, right? But do you want to be in debt $10 million? I'm just saying.
Right.
Or do you want to, say you make $100,000 a year, but you live near the ocean and your rent is only, you're in a 1-bedroom or whatever. You could be in a loft for all I care for $2,000 and love your life, right? I'm just saying, what I'm saying is don't get caught up when, you could take a lot of these people's information and downsize it and probably be a lot better off, is what I'm trying to say. And being a little more realistic and just enjoying it.
Well, we live in a country where everything has to be bigger and better and bolder.
Excess.
And, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's funny, as you get older, you realize you need less, you know?
Yeah. I was living with my cousin in Carlsbad. I visited San Diego, a bunch of times. But when I ended up leaving Florida, I went and stayed with my cousin. And it was unbelievable because I was by myself for the first time in 40 years. And then I found myself, I ended up writing basically 2 books, but I was traveling as well. But when I was there, me not being so consumed with taking care of a home, you know what I mean? Taking care of, I had sports cars before, or just all these different types of things. I don't want to say I was a hippie, but man, the clarity that I went through of going from somebody who has, I don't know what my bills were at one time with my kids in private schools and cars and homes and travel. Like it went from one extreme to very minimal. And I was making a lot less money too, but I really found out who I was, that I was always kind of the chase. I was always trying to keep up, not even the Joneses, some expectation in my head that if I didn't have this, I was insecure or worthless.
Yeah.
And I think sometimes if you're listening...
We're sold on that.
Yeah, don't get sold that you're worthless if you don't, you know what I mean, buy somebody's program and make $1 million with it, or make $100,000 a year with it, or all that shit, because most likely it's a lot of bullshit, and I talk about this all the time. We all live different lives. I'm not telling you to be poor by any means or not make money. I'm just telling you, figure it out a little bit.
I'm on the real estate side. I've sold homes, right? And people want the 5-bedroom or and then they realize they live in a 4,000 square foot home and they only occupy 750 square feet of that. They never go to the other rooms. They never go upstairs. They never use the outside. So what was so much the force, the driving force to get you to that house when you're not even enjoying it? And you can realize that now you're stressed because you got the pool, to the maintenance of the pool, the landscaping, the exterior, the light bill, the water bill. Everything is bigger, right? Everything is more. When basically you could move into a nice, maybe 3-bedroom townhome, right?
Yep.
That you're going to use every single corner of, and you could take the rest of your time and enjoy traveling or doing whatever it is you love doing.
Yeah.
And
being house poor is brutal.
Yeah.
And most people don't realize it. And then you restrict. When I moved back to Florida with my girlfriend, I said, listen, I am going in a cheaper townhome. Even it may not be that cheap, a couple grand, but I'm like, you're going to realize a different lifestyle, because she always had big homes, big mortgages, everything. I said, listen, when you come to Orlando, you're going to enjoy Orlando without all that added stress. And then before you know it, you got Universal tickets, then Disney pass. I'm talking year passes, annual passes. Mm-hmm. You can travel stress-free, even being you're renting now, so you don't have to deal with somebody, pool, because she had a pool. Then all of a sudden landscaping, your roofing. And which eventually will probably get a house. But I said, for right now, just enjoy your life. You've been doing that like I was with homes, all different size homes, and maintaining those homes. It was just time to say, hey, let's take a break. Yeah. A lot of people out there don't realize just by taking a break, and really, I think I was at Avatar the other day. This is crazy, Robert, and then we'll wrap it up. I was on the ride at Avatar. It was unbelievable at Animal Kingdom. And I'm like, wow, the director created that film, and then James Cameron, unbelievable. He created this world, right, in his head. But if we kind of took a realistic approach and created our own world that we truly wanted, is that kind of not the one that we've always been pitched? Like, right. we have to be in this square footage of a home. We have to have 2 cars. We have to have the white picket fence. We have to have a summer home or a winter. We have to have a boat. A lot of people, you don't realize a lot of those things you probably don't want. You want simple things. You may want just a cup of coffee a day, right? Just saying. You may want one nice vintage sports car. Like I was at the Meekums. Like maybe you want a Mustang. Maybe you want an old school, whatever it is. I don't care if it's a Tester, whatever it is. And maybe one regular car. Maybe you want a smaller home. These things you could just create.
I think people don't know what they want. They don't know
exactly.
themselves.
Exactly.
They're just comparing their self with everyone else, or they think success is the bigger home, the boat, the this, the that,
Right.
And when you get it,
yeah,
you realize I'm not that person though.
Right.
Right? I really don't enjoy this, and it's causing stress now because now it's more maintenance, insurance, whatever it is, right?
It's everything more.
Right.
Yeah.
It got to a point in my life where I was thinking, I want a boat. I think I need a boat.
Sure.
Right. And then what I did was, and talking about Avatar, I put myself in the future with the boat.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. I got a boat now. Great. All right. Now I got to hitch it, take it to, put it in a slip, take the boat, do everything myself, and get back.
Yeah.
Put it back on the trailer, take it where I need to take it, clean it, wash it,
fill it up again.
I'm tired and I haven't done it physically. I'm just doing mentally. I'm done.
Exactly.
I was like, I don't need a boat. I'd rather rent one, or and then how many times am I really going to use the boat, right?
Yeah.
That's the other one. And then I said, you know what? I'd rather have a friend that has a boat and pay and fill up the tank.
I always say the best boat rides are the one you don't own.
Right.
That you enjoy.
So, do the same thing. Figure out, okay, now I got a bigger house. How big of a bigger house do I need? All right, how many rooms are they? Who's going to clean? Who's going to keep up the maintenance, the painting on the outside of the building, the screen, the leaves and the trees and the landscape in the pool and the and keep going. You realize, you know what? I really don't need that.
My father had a big, beautiful home on Lake Conway, and I always thought that would be the ultimate dream. It was wonderful for its time, but living there with him, even him having 2 boats, did he have Sea-Doos? I don't know what the hell. Landscaping, 40-foot pool, exhausted me just living there with him, and it wasn't even my own home. So you kind of get a taste of what it is to maintain all these type of things, right? So we started with Gurus. We ended up in these homes, back to real estate.
Yeah,
so.
I know. So if you're looking for a for a coach, a life coach, business coach, a mentor, follow your intuition, feel out what's best for you, and good luck.
Yeah, find something specific. Find someone who's honest and genuine. And I know that's hard, but maybe somebody who could refer you, that legitimately knows someone that's really done well, not somebody online that you found or on YouTube, in my opinion. Somebody who could literally refer somebody who's legit, in my opinion. And I also think, guys, listen, meet them personally. I think that's one thing that I would recommend. If you're going to start really believing or following somebody to a certain degree, go meet them. And if they don't meet you, fuck them. I'm just saying. That's just my opinion. I don't care. I'm not expecting you.
See if you have the chemistry and the same vibe, and see if it works for you.
I'm not saying you're going to meet Tony Robbins, somebody high level, but I'm saying most people, if you're buying these programs for $777 or $1,500, I mean, I sell my program for $495. You can reach out to me, and I'll tell you. You can reach out to me.
You'll get rich. Yeah.
You're gonna communicate with me. I'm not gonna be somebody who's gonna sell you a bullshit program that you don't even know if this is legit or not. But that's it.
I mean, even Tony Robbins, you buy his program, you don't get him. You get one of his trained coaches at the end of the day.
Yeah, exactly. So unless you go to one of his seminars.
Unless you go to a live one, which we're not doing now, but he's doing these webinar challenges. So that's another story. But
yeah, that's it. We're gonna. Oh, wait, real quick, shameless plug here, Robert. If you do want to live on the lake and you do want to have a boat on that lake, you're selling a piece of property. What lake? Lake Butler? What is it on?
No, I got this.
Where's the land?
Well, I got 2 really.
Yeah,
I got a vacant lot here in Dr. Phillips.
Yeah,
it's 1.3 acres, and you can build. I can help you build a home of your dream on the lake.
Yes.
It's 4 minutes away from here from Sound Lake Road.
What lake is that?
Lake Crowell.
Is that connected to Butler?
It's not. It's its own. I think it's 19 acres.
Nice.
It's spring fed, so you could fish there. You could kayak, jet ski, whatever you need to do.
It's not far from Disney. I mean, just
it's
saying to people. Yeah.
15 minutes.
And you're 10 minutes from what? Universal? I mean, it's pretty.
Yeah. You're in the middle of everything.
Yeah, it's dope. What's the other piece? What did you say?
Another one is up in Longwood in Wekiva Spring. It's a canal access to Lake Brantley.
Oh, yeah.
That's a 5-bedroom It's 5-bedroom, 5-bath, 3,300 square feet, 3,400 square feet, actually. 1.2 million. That's what it gets you.
Beautiful area, great
brand
schooling.
New construction. It just built. So, yeah.
Some of the best schooling in Central Florida is over there.
It is.
So, All right, we're going to wrap it up there. You could check out Robert at 365 Realty. You could check out all my shit on richtalenza.com. All right, take care.